Great morning, great afternoon, great evening to friends around the world. This is Prateep Philip on my podcast called the Godcast on one Uni-Verse or unique words that God has spoken into our lives. Today's theme is seeking implies 100% commitment. The meditation is taken from Zephaniah chapter 2 verse 3. Seek the Lord. Search diligently for Him and regard Him as the foremost necessity of your life. All you humble of the land who have practiced His ordinances and kept His commandments, seek righteousness, seek humility, regard them as vital. Perhaps you will be hidden and pardoned and rescued in the day of the Lord's anger. Zephaniah chapter 2 verse 3 again. To be forewarned is to be forearmed. In this universe, the Lord wants us to seek Him or pursue and follow Him with all our heart, mind, strength, and even imagination. All other human pursuits and desires cannot save us from His judgment, His anger. Next to the person of God, we need to seek His word and to obey or practice the principles He teaches us daily from it. We need to check if every step we take, every word we speak, every thought we think is in conformity with His word. Seeking implies 100% commitment to that which we are seeking. Half measures and compromises or casual seeking would not do. The third thing we need to diligently seek is to be like God in His righteousness, to imitate or emulate His Son in His character of humility and gentleness. Even doing all this does not entitle us to salvation or eternal life. We have to yet rely on the mercy and grace of the Lord, for not one of us can be perfect in all three aspects of our relationship with the Lord, of our obedience to His word, of being Christ-like in character. Hence, it is grace from beginning to end that saves us and not our own efforts. That said, our efforts should not lag behind in zeal or sincerity. 5 Ds distinguish us from the rest of humanity. Devotion to God, a constant and diligent seeking of the Lord. Dedication to do His will, to consecrate our hearts and lives to Him. If we are zealous for God, He will not be jealous of us. For it is written that God is both jealous and possessive of both His glory and His children, His followers, the believers of Christ, His Son. Devotion to God and dedication to do His will in our lives should be followed in practical terms by personal determination never to give up, to keep pursuing with all our hearts and all our energy and resources and abilities the goals we have set for ourselves in alignment with the word, will, and calling of God. The fourth D, discipline, is needed to cut out distractions, to be focused on our goals and priorities, to use our limited time on earth well enough to earn the Master's recommendation. The fifth and final D is diligence, to learn from all possible sources in this world, including secular teachers, mentors, advisors, but to primarily rely on studying the Word and learning from the Word and the Spirit of God the right or better ways to do things. When all 5 Ds are in place in our lives, our challenge would be to stay humble and dependent on the Lord and not to think of ourselves better or more meritorious than anyone else. The metaphor of clothes of salvation implies that our clothes can be soiled, torn, or removed at any time. The attitude of the saved sinner, the humble servant of God, the penitent prodigal, the forgiven fallen woman, the repentant thief on the cross would keep us from the threat of spiritual pride, complacency, and self-righteousness. Friends, hope you enjoyed today's Godcast. God bless you. This is Prateep Phillips signing off from my podcast. Bye.